Hello everyone and welcome to Toons Ocean. In this video, we are going to explain Pokemon Indigo League from beginning to end. Pokemon Indigo League is an anime series of 82 episodes starting in 1997 and ending in 1999. In this series, the main character Ash Ketchum along with his Pokemon and his friends Misty and Brock goes on an adventurous journey through Kanto to participate in the Indigo League. So without further ado, let's jump right in. The hero of our story is 10-year-old Ash Ketchum of Pallet Town, who dreams of becoming a master Pokemon champion. Unfortunately, his quest starts off on the wrong foot, and he wakes up late for the most important day of his life. He misses Professor Oak's standard starter selection of Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. This leaves Ash stuck with the electric mouse Pikachu, who is a bit of a rebel with an anger problem. At first, Oak gives Ash 6 Pokeballs and a Pokedex so he can capture and catalog the Pokemon of the Kanto region. After being bullied by Oak's grandson Gary, Ash sets out on his adventure to tame Pokemon and show his rival what a true Pokemon master looks like. Pikachu is not a fan of Ash at first, but Ash earns his respect after throwing his body in front of him when a flock of angry Spearows attacks during a raging storm. Seeing that Ash is willing to lay his safety in the line, the wounded Pikachu returns the favor and absolutely fries those birds with a supercharged Thundershock. This pivotal moment cements the pair as the best buddies, and in the aftermath of the storm, Ash looks to the sky and sees legendary Pokemon Ho-Oh fly off into the distance. The Spearows weren't the only victims of Pikachu's Thundershock. However, in the process of fleeing the Spearows, Ash steals the bike of water Pokemon trainer Misty, and it is demolished by Pikachu's attack. As Pikachu recovers at a nearby Pokemon Center, Misty shakes down Ash and vows to follow him until he's able to replace her bicycle. Misty then joins the party with a Goldeen and a Staryu. After that, we are also introduced to a trio of Team Rocket gang members, Jesse, James, and a talking Meowth. These three form an unhealthy obsession with following Ash to capture Pikachu, which they deem as an exceptionally powerful Pokemon. After it beats their mediocre Pokemon Coughing and Ekans. As Ash and Misty journey through Viridian Forest, Ash catches his first Pokemon Caterpie and his second Pidgeotto. Caterpie immediately evolves into Metapod after a battle with Team Rocket, and it becomes the focal point in Ash's infamous first official trainer battle against the bug-catching Samurai. It's that excruciatingly long hardened stalemate. You know, the one Metapod also evolves into Butterfree by the end of the very same episode, after protecting Ash from a wild Beedrill. In the next episode, Ash and Misty reach Pewter City, where Ash competes in his very first gym battle against 15-year-old Brock, who specializes in rock-type Pokemon. Brock was forced to become a gym leader after both his parents skipped town on their 10 children. Yes, Brock's backstory is incredibly messed up. After losing to Brock, Ash sets out to train in the forest and meets a mysterious man named Flint who helps him. Flint turns out to be Brock's estranged father and reveals himself to be so after Ash's rematch with Brock. During battle, the sprinklers in the gym are set off, allowing for Pikachu to get an upper hand on Brock's ground-type Onix. While Pikachu has a KO in his grasp, Ash forfeits the match, saying he wants to win fairly and not by cheating. Out of respect for Ash's sportsmanship and kindness, Brock awards Ash the Boulder Badge. He explains that he doesn't want to be a Pokemon gym leader or even a trainer, but rather a Pokemon breeder. This is when Flint reveals his true identity and takes back ownership of the Pewter City gym, so that Brock can set out to follow his dreams. After that, Brock joins the party with a Geodude and an Onix. On the way to the next gym, Brock catches a Zubat as they pass through Mount Moon filled with Clefairy and Cleafables. At Cerulean City, Ash meets Misty's family, who are in charge of the gym. Misty battles Ash as the rep for Cerulean, but Team Rocket intervenes and Ash has to save the day. For protecting Cerulean's gym, Ash receives the Cascade Badge. Between the next set of gyms, Ash catches the holy trinity of starters Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. Bulbasaur starts off as a trainer-hating defender of wild Pokemon. Charmander is abused and abandoned by his previous owner, and Squirtle is a straight-up gang member. Ash does, however, inspire Squirtle's old squad to turn in their ruffian ways and become local firefighters. Ash also catches a Krabby during this period. Being that it's his 7th Pokemon on hand, it is sent directly to Professor Oak. In Vermilion City, Ash challenges Lieutenant Surgeon as Raichu, a Pikachu's evolved form. After failing, Ash and Pikachu debate using a Thunderstone to evolve Pikachu and Raichu as well. But Pikachu refuses, and the pair train hard to defeat Raichu and Surge in a rematch. Between gyms, Misty catches a Horsa and James gets suckered into buying a useless Magikarp. Fed up with Magikarp, James kicks it into the ocean, causing it to evolve into a very unhappy Gyarados, who releases itself to the wild by force. Soon after, Ash releases his first Pokemon Butterfree so that he can find love and happiness with a pink Butterfree. In Saffron City, Ash challenges the psychic gym leader Sabrina, who is a powerful psychic in her own right and, let's say, disconcerting person to be around. Her Abra evolves into a Kadabra in mid-fight and defeats Pikachu with ease. So the group heads off to Lavender Town in order to catch a ghost type that can beat Sabrina. There they meet a Haunter who agrees to help Ash win the Marsh badge. Back in Saffron, Sabrina turns Brock and Misty into dolls and holds them hostage. But every time Ash tries to challenge her, his Haunter goes missing in action. Ash is forced to battle Kadabra with Pikachu. It's rough, but at mid-fight Haunter appears and pranks Sabrina, making her laugh. This causes Sabrina's dolls to return to human form, including her own mother, who was a hostage. Sabrina's father shows up and thanks Ash for returning joy to her life, and awards Ash the Marsh badge. Haunter stays with Sabrina as the party heads to Celadon City for badge number 5. On the way, Ash catches a Primeape. In Celadon, Ash challenges Erica to a battle, but Team Rocket sets the gym on fire. Ash rescues Erica's gloom from the flames and earns himself the Rainbow badge for his bravery. Following this win, Misty catches her signature Psyduck by accident, and Brock is gifted Vulpix by his breeding idol Susie. Ash enters the P1 Grand Prix with his Primeape and wins the Fighting type tournament. Despite having a Pokemon that can now win a gym badge in an actual battle, Ash decides to leave Primeape with a Fighting type specialist so he can train without him. On the journey through Diglett Cave, the Fuchsia City, Ash catches a Muck that he sends directly to Oak, and Team Rocket gains a level in Badass by evolving their Akins and Coughing to Arbok and Wheezing. For his 6th gym battle, Ash uses Charmander to defeat Ninja Master Koga's Venomoth and Golbat, earning him the Soul Badge. The path to the next gym takes some detours with several memorable episodes, including the Ditto that's bad at dittoing, the infamous banned Porygon and Safari Zone episodes, and the time Pikachu nearly left Ash for a pack of wild Pikachu. Jigglypuff is introduced as a recurring character. Charmander evolves into Charmeleon and gets a bad attitude, then fights an Aerodactyl and evolves into a disobedient Charizard. This same episode also introduces a Pokemon egg that hatches into Misty's Togepi. After 2 more episodes, Bulbasaur nearly evolves into an Ivysaur but refuses, and Team Rocket adds Lickitung and Victreebel to their lineup. Pokemon Snap game protagonist Todd Snap also joins the party briefly during the search, and we meet Jesse and James's Rocket rivals Butch and Cassidy, who are far more nefarious and competent than the Team Rocket. We know after finally making it to Cinnabar Island, Ash wins the Volcano badge with his Charizard in a rematch against Blaine's Magmar. Charizard still doesn't respect Ash yet. However, it just wasn't going to lose to an ugly Magmar. Once the party reaches Viridian City to obtain the final badge, they come across Gary, who somehow has 10 badges. Now I don't know how that works. Gary, however, loses to a mysterious Pokemon in his challenge against Viridian City's gym leader. This Pokemon is the legendary Mewtwo, who has agreed to help Team Rocket's boss and Viridian City gym leader Giovanni in world domination. This is all a tease for the first Pokemon movie. Giovanni leaves the gym in the care of Jesse and James, who unsurprisingly lose the Ash for roughly the 60th time this season. While waiting for the Indigo Plateau conference to begin, Ash returns home to Pallet Town and meets his mother's new man around the house, Mr. Mimo No. Also, the gang goes off on a wild adventure in the first Pokemon movie, but Mewtwo promptly erases their memories of the time they fought an army of mutant clones to save the world. At the Indigo Stadium on the Indigo Plateau, Moltres shows up to light the torch that ushers in the start of the Pokemon League tournament. Ash utilizes several of his lesser-used Pokemon to advance to the 5th round of the tournament. Gary only makes it to the 4th round before being eliminated by trainer Melissa, and her Golem placed him in the top 32 of the tournament. Ash ultimately places in the top 16 after being defeated by his new friend Richie, a kid who actually names his Pokemon in the series, and has a strikingly similar taste in Pokemon to Ash. In their battle, Ash only loses by technicality because Charizard refuses the fight. Reaching himself only goes 1 more round and places top 8. After losing to trainer Ascenta, she is hinted as being the 2nd place winner of the tournament overall. After the Indigo Plateau tournament ends, Richie and Ash conclude that they had a great time, even if they lost. Richie greets Pikachu and goes away, and Ash remembers his time at the league and says to Pikachu they will train harder. Seeing Professor Oak, Misty, Brock, and his mom, he goes with them back to Pallet Town. Alright guys, so that was the entire timeline of Pokemon Indigo League. We may have made it to the end of the video, but let's discuss the Pokemon that Ash catches through his journey. The Pokemon that he catches were Pikachu, Caterpie that turned into a Metapod, and in Butterfree, Pidgeotto, Bulbasaur, Charmander that turned into Charmeleon, and then in Charizard, Squirtle, Krabby that turned into Kingler, Raticate, Haunter, Primeape, Muck, and last. And the funny thing is that he caught 30x Taurus. So if you love the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment to let us know if you want the other part of Pokemon Season 2. Thanks for watching, sayonara.